Clark County's steep economic downturn has forced many developers to stop construction on major projects, including this one, the Echelon. But even while a number of these buildings are on hold, Clark County's Development Services officials regularly visit these sites to ensure safety, security, and building code compliance. Rusty rebar, dusty scaffolding, vacant superstructures, lonely cranes. These are all visible reminders of stalled construction projects that dot Clark County's landscape.
If you look right here, we have a very large basement type area where somebody could get hurt quite easily. We spent some time walking the superstructure to see that nothing has obviously changed, that things seem to be similar to where they were the previous visits.
Ted Dressler and Clark County's Development Services engineers continue to conduct on-site inspections of these decommissioned projects. Two of the most visible mothballed monoliths temporarily pulled the plug on construction more than 2 years ago. Hulking hotel casinos on the Las Vegas Strip, the Echelon and Fontainebleau.
As you can see, both properties, if we would go by them, are fully fenced. So we need a stable structure, we need a secure structure, and on the larger projects, you probably need on-site security, and both of these projects have those components.
Echelon's concrete and steel skeleton structures present fewer issues than the closer to construction completion Fontainebleau Resort.
With the Fontainebleau project's proximity to the pedestrians, the integrity of the security systems, both physical and personnel, is important. Also, we want to make sure that some of the construction elements that are out there, such as the scaffolding that's going up about 6 or 7 stories, is being maintained. There may be the scaffolding contractor may have to come on to the property occasionally to inspect that.
As construction stops on a project, Clark County works with the owners and developers on the decommission process.
During the decommissioning process, every building is separately analyzed. We go through the buildings with a team, we look at the vulnerabilities of the building structures, or even just the area, and predicated upon what we find, a specific plan is designed.
And with much less foot traffic, the delayed shops at Summerlin Center is much less of a concern for building inspectors.
Yeah, the Summerlin Mall is a project that got shut down fairly early in its construction. It's much smaller in stature compared to the two we've been speaking about here. You'll see steel columns up in the air. There really aren't any walls or roof, no flooring up. There's much less exposure, and so that site's basically fenced off. The fencing's maintained, and we don't expect to make routine visits to a site like that. We have a pretty dry climate here, not a lot of precipitation. You see the columns with the reinforcing cages sticking up. And if we even look at the reinforcing in the near walls here, the foundation walls, you'll see some rust on them. That rust isn't a problem. If we were in a coastal environment near the coast, just the salt spray that gets into the air would corrode that reinforcing to the point over 5 or 6 years where you would probably have to do some replacement.
Developers have already spent enormous amounts of money building these multi-billion-dollar projects. And when the economy improves and work begins anew, county inspectors are poised to quickly recommission their completion.
Well, that's the other side of the coin, is the recommissioning process, is to assess the building's condition and determine how much deterioration has transpired over a period of time. When it's ready to go, we want it done in the most economical but safe manner possible. And there we will be working very closely with the owner developers.